And we have the start here of the Visitors Challenge Cup. Newcastle University on the left-hand side and Taurus Boat Club on the right-hand side. Once again, the Visitors, we saw a race a little earlier. Of course, it's the Coxless Fours event. But struggling here is Newcastle University. They're very lucky they're not within the booms, just crossing over the buoys. Certainly if that had happened a little further down, it wouldn't have been quite as forgiving.
No, that even worse than the booms is the posts. The posts stop you dead. But they're back in. This is a nice David and Goliath, because you have on the one side Newcastle, which is the British lightweight university champions from last year, versus the heavyweight old boys from Oxford Brookes. And there's about a 40-pound difference on average.
Yeah, it's quite incredible seeing some of these lightweight crews going up against heavyweight crews. Another great aspect of this regatta is some of the matchups that we see. As you say, about 70 kilos for that crew from Newcastle University and 90 kilos for the Taurus Boat Club.
Now, the important thing here is for Newcastle just to stay in touch and let the bigger boys start to get tired. But they're just about a length behind now.
Yeah, they have their rate right up in the Newcastle University crew. I mean, that's what we would expect to see from a lightweight crew. Probably less power on board, so looking to get more strokes in. But the Taurus crew, with just a bit of a lead now, Clearwater lead over Newcastle, they're really starting to relax into their work.
Well, Newcastle is coached by the legendary Angelo Severino. The Italians always have a few tricks up their sleeve. With an Tarsus boat, you have the Stern pair, won the Temple event in 2014, so they know the race, they know the rules, they know the length and the progression system.
But big fight here coming from Newcastle University on the right-hand side. They're lightweights, as we mentioned. They won the 4 title at the British University Championships this year, thus winning it for their 2nd year in a row, but really struggling to match it with Taurus Boat Club on the left-hand side.
They really need to start making their move soon.
It's a big ask with a gap like that, though, isn't it?
40 pounds is a lot to give away. 20 pounds, you can make up a difference, but in a day like today, it will be difficult. Especially with a crew as experienced as the old boys from Oxford Brookes. They've won here before. They're not inexperienced. They're not worried about the booms. They're not thinking about something else.
That's right. They look really comfortable. We can see this great shot from overhead down into the boat.
And a wonderful drone shot just shows you how relaxed they are. Almost no puddles. They're so clean.
Great composure from the leading crew, Taurus Boat Club. And you can see the different configurations in the two boats as well. You could just see there overhead that in the Newcastle University crew, they have it's called a tandem rig, where the 2 middle rowers are rowing on the same side and rowers at either end are rowing on the opposite side, whereas here with the Taurus Boat Club, it's a conventional rig where the sides that the rowers row on alternates down the boat, with the stroke man rowing on stroke side.
And of course you have the alternating steering. In Newcastle, the bow man is steering, and in Taurus, the stroke man is steering. But other than the beginning, the steering has been quite good in this race.
It has been, and I think when you're leading, certainly as the Taurus Boat Club crew is, always takes a little bit of pressure off, chance to relax. All of a sudden the steering doesn't seem quite as difficult as maybe in some of those more heated moments.
Well, they all remember California losing the Visitors last year when they hit the booms with a length before the finish line.
Absolutely gut-wrenching. I was talking to their coach, Scott Franson, just a little earlier today, and certainly a very raw memory, only 12 months on.
I'm sure. I'm sure they spend less time on the erg and more time steering this year.
But we can see here a great shot of Taurus Boat Club as they're coming down towards the steward enclosures. Really comfortable, really clinical here, ensuring their progression through to tomorrow's round. But the lightweights from Newcastle University, they're racing it all the way down to the end. They certainly won't die wondering.
Now they're throwing everything into this final couple hundred meters.
Newcastle University stepping up again to 38 strokes a minute.
Trying to put every last thing they have into this race.
It's really been quite ideal conditions here for rowing.
Yes, early in the week it looked like there was going to be 4 days of rain, and it's managed to stay away.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the trickiest things, I think, as a rower, is to race in the rain and having wet handles particularly. That's when disaster can strike, when you get water between your hand and the handle. It gets quite slippery. Super comfortable here. It's Taurus Boat Club winning the Visitors Challenge Cup over Newcastle University through to tomorrow's round.